Hi, I'm G from Redman Walking, and today we're in Fort William. And I don't know how long the walk's going to be. Join us and I'll tell you why. Hi, I'm G from Redman Walking, and today I'm on the mountain path heading out of Fort William, south along the West Highland Way. No, I'm not walking the West Highland Way for a second time this year. In fact, I'd go as far as to say today's not even about me. If you watch my YouTube short from last weekend's Great Trossachs Path video, you might have heard me mention a remarkable man by the name of Scott Darroch, who got in touch with the channel about a month ago to ask for some advice. Now, I'm not going to lie, the advice he was asking kind of shocked me at the time. Scott informed me that he was planning on walking from Mulgai to Fort William along the West Highland Way with Wilma the washing machine on his back. Yes, you heard me right, a washing machine. Now, Scott served 10 years as a corporal and training instructor in the Army's Royal Logistics Corps, and is aiming to raise some money. Well, he was aiming to raise £5,000, which I know he's already hit that target, for the Invictus Games. Now, if you don't know anything about the Invictus Games, it's based on America's Warrior Games. And back in 2013, Prince Harry decided that our Armed Forces personnel needed their own version. Now, the Invictus Games is a multi-sport event that is adapted events for wounded, injured and sick veterans and serving Armed Forces personnel, with the aim being on recovery following being wounded, injured and sick. And these include PTSD, which I know if you read Scott's story, he has suffered quite badly with. It's a fantastic foundation to be supporting, and hats off to Scott. I myself did baggage transfer this year, and I'm feeling like I kind of cheated. I definitely did. I certainly didn't carry a washing machine on my back. So yeah, he's got a big burden on his shoulders that he's carried for 96 miles, or he will have by the time he hits the centre of Fort William. So, having chatted to him all week, I know he's suffering with blisters, his legs are painful, he has injured his sides from the harness that carries the washing machine. Wilma the washing machine has been his companion for the entire week, and I'm sure he'll be glad to put it down when he gets into Fort William. Now, had I not been a teacher, I would love to have walked quite a number of the sections with Scott this week, but as I had to be at work, I had no option but to just get in touch with him every night and let him know good luck, let him know little bits to maybe watch out for, and just give him my support. I showed a video to my children at Langley's Primary School, and I know a few of the children watch my videos, although why they'd want to watch their PE teacher on a video, I don't know. But they were in awe of what Scott was doing, so, and hopefully inspire them into understanding that, you know, you can achieve a lot when you just put your mind to it. Now, I'm not suggesting that the children should strap washing machines to their backs, but doing difficult and tricky things, it's possible, it's doable. So yes, so I'm heading along with Ben Nevis to the side of me to hopefully bump into Scott and give him a little bit of support as he heads his final few miles down into Fort William. Well, I'm currently 5 miles up the trail road that takes you up to the top of the hill in Glen Nevis on the West Highland Way. And something that's striking me is, not only has Scott done this with a massive amount of weight on his back all week, but he's done it during a heat wave, which is just going to have made it 100 times worse. The fluids he'll have had to have consumed, the energy that you burn in the heat that's additional to what you would normally, is all going to be phenomenal, and it's all putting added strain on an already difficult challenge. I don't doubt he's going to definitely enjoy a big pint of fresh orange and lemonade or something when he gets down to the bottom of here. And it's well deserved as well. See, I've just realised that the Glen Nevis Trail Road, once you get onto that, I've measured it from the wee man with the sore feet, and that's 5 miles from here, which means your final day from Loch Lomond is 15 miles. So by the time you get to this trail road, you've done 2/3. You've got 1/3 to go of your day if you're doing it from Loch Lomond. So yeah, I've just spoken to another guy who's walking. Now, I don't know where he started, but I did see a post of his on the West Highland Way Facebook group. A guy called Matt Cameron, who's walking in aid of the Canmore Trust. Now, if you want to check him out, his Instagram is that Matt Cameron, saying he's walking it for the Canmore Trust. So, just been chatting to him, and he's finishing the West Highland Way today, and then is starting along the Great Glen Way up to Inverness, where he plans to then head along the John O'Groats Way for a little bit before cutting west across to one of my favourite mountains, Ben Hope. And he aims to finish his trail at the top of Ben Hope, which, you know, for a lot of people who are struggling and needing sponsorship for them, and a lot of these charities and trusts, Hope's what we're all looking for, Hope's what we all need. So kind of fitting that he's finishing his sponsored walk at the top of Ben Hope. So that's another guy to check out. It was lovely to chat to you, lovely to meet you, Matt, and good luck with the rest of the journey. Hope it all goes well for you. Anyway, I'm hoping at the top of the hill, because Matt had said he'd seen him about, this is Scott, about an hour behind him. So I reckon if I walk for another half an hour, 35, 40 minutes, I should be bumping into Scott Darroch coming in the opposite direction. And he's going to be having about 5.5 miles to go. So he'll have over 91 done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting the man himself, because we've only spoken really via messages on Instagram. So yeah, right, just a little bit further to go, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to wait, because the paths are split into two and I don't know which one Scott will have taken. You can take the mountain path, which is a little bit longer but certainly harder, or stay on the road. And that's at the little part, if you've seen my day 7 video from Loch Lomond to Fort William, you'll know there's a wee information board that you can leave some comments about the West Highland Way, and at that point you can choose to either go left on the easier path, which technically isn't the West Highland Way but brings you down to the same point. It's another bypass, if you like, and if I was carrying a washing machine, that's possibly the one I would choose. But having never walked it, I didn't want to give Scott that advice to take that route, even although it's shorter, because I don't know whether it's more up and down hills. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what he's decided as we get up to the top of here, and we'll wait and figure out which path he's coming on. He should be quite easy to spot. He's the man with the washing machine on his back. So this is Scott Darroch that I was talking to you about last week. on the Great Trossachs Path. Scott, how are you feeling?
At this stage, I'm knackered now, but
Yeah.
we're nearly at the finish line.
We've not got far to go. It's going to be about 2 miles from here. So you've done 94 already.
94 miles.
Which, let's be honest, that's no mean feat. I don't want to say we've broken the back of it, but not while you're carrying a
Washing machine.
A washing machine. So tell us a wee bit about why you're doing this, Scott.
Well, we wanted to raise money for and awareness for the Invictus Games Foundation. And I thought, everybody in a daily life carries some form of an emotional load or burden on their shoulders. And it's heavy and it's annoying. Like an everyday item is a washing machine. And it's like, if you've got an issue, sometimes you've got to produce that issue at the start, and it has to go through a cycle to try and then come out better at the other end. And having a good team around you as well that you can speak to and get help and get the right help. And hopefully at the end, things are a wee bit brighter and a wee bit better for you. So carrying a everyday item like this, it just shows, that we can do it, and if we ask and get the right help at the right time, things can always be a little bit better.
Yep, and I think you've had a great team with you this week. I feel like I've been giving you help from the bylines, but I know if I could have been with you this week, if I hadn't been teaching, I would have been out joining your wee team, but you look like you've had
the team.
A great amount of support this week, and certainly I know the kids at Langley's, who no doubt you'll be watching this, even though I always put on YouTube that it's not for kids.
It's not for kids.
But yeah, I know they were really impressed at what you were aiming to do and what you are not far away from now achieving. We're almost there.
Almost there. Well, thank you for your videos too, because I have watched them that many times. My wife will probably know you better than you know yourself now, because she's seen you on the telly so many times.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But,
so thanks very much for your help as well.
Right. Anyway, listen, we're going to put the camera away and let Scott concentrate, and we'll speak to you again when we get down into Fort William. So that's us. We have made it down off the mountain path, and Scott has the final 2 miles to go. He's currently sitting at £6,039. I'm going to put a link in the description. Go on and check it out, and if you can support Scott and give him some help, please do.
Hello, how are you? Are you alright to walk?
She's fine.
So, are you alright to walk?
Yeah. Otherwise he'll give you a lift.
Oh,
I'm fine, thanks. It's a walk that just keeps on giving it, isn't it? Sort of.
Come on. Pull me up.
Medals and tea.
Oh, yeah, come on.
I don't know if I might be able to sit down.
Oh my word.
Oh,
The last time you'll do that.
I'm down.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks everybody.
I take class. We have a leg up.
Yeah, good.
Stay there.
Yes!
Go on.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
Well done.
Thanks everybody.
Well, there we go. That is the end of Scott Darroch's Invictus Games Foundation challenge. 96 miles carrying a washing machine on his back. I'll put a link in the description. Safe to say, let's see if we can get Scott over the £7,000 mark. If you can spare a few pound, it's not a straightforward thing he's done there. And amazing support from his team. So if you get a chance, go on, have a look at his page, and if you can spare a few pound, please do so. Right, I'm going to head back to the car, gonna have a quick bite to eat before I head back to Falkirk. So yeah, congratulations Scott and your team on, I mean, talk about an epic adventure. I've been G from Red Man Walking, and all that remains for me to say is go and create your own adventures, and we'll see you on the next one.